Leftovers on the counter, cage at the television, and the sink is full of flowers.
Welcome to this month's Heath Highlight, where we're gonna go through the ins and outs of what I do when I work with buyers, what you wanna look for when you're buying a house, what you don't want when you're buying a house. I'm gonna give you all of my little secrets.
Pilates in the guest room, each on the coffee table.
So the first one is no real estate secret. Come on, we've all heard location, location, location. But two ways to think about that. Number one, does it work for you? Is it where you want to live? And number two is, and please don't get me wrong here, but I'm always thinking about resale. Most people are only in their homes for about 5 years these days. Not like our parents where they held onto their home for 30 years. So I'm thinking about, where is this location going to be in 5 years? Is it an up and coming neighborhood? Is it a, like a Pack Heights or a somewhere that's like always gonna hold its value? Or is it a place that we're kind of seeing kind of on the downslope? Anyway, always have to think about location and where we're gonna be in the future. Okay, so now we have to talk about something a little bit more practical. Budget. Things, simple things, dogs just don't understand. But we gotta think about budget in two ways. Number one, what is your budget to buy? And then number two, are there things that need to be done to the home that are gonna require a little bit of extra cash? Third thing, my favorite thing, return on investment. We're gonna think about this in a couple of different ways. One, in this case, is interior renovation. So taking something that's old and bringing it up to speed. Maybe that's removing walls inside. Maybe that's just renovating within a room that already exists, changing out tile, floors, etc. The second thing with return on investment is being able to add square footage. A little hard to see here, but behind me is all this open attic space. You can add another bathroom, you can pop up the ceilings. Lots of potential here. Oftentimes, if there's not extra space in the attic, there may be extra space on the bottom floor. So sometimes what we can look at is digging out a little extra and maybe get an entire another level on the lower floor. The fourth thing I always look for is good light. And that doesn't just have to do with how nice it is to have good light. It also has to do with what happens if you don't have good light. Often you're under trees, and if the house isn't getting good light, you could see problems with mold, mildew, buildup. So good light is more than just how you feel in the space. It also has a lot to do with the maintenance on your home. The fifth thing I look for is a little bit more intricate. So when we get a disclosure package on a property, oftentimes it includes a general contractor's inspection and a pest inspection. Is that enough? And let's be serious, when you read those reports, oftentimes it says, see another inspector for this, or can't see behind walls, or can't see under furniture. Is that how you want to be buying a property? I don't. So what do? I read through the disclosures, I try to understand the property inspections, I go to the house, and then I say, okay, what experts do we need to bring into this? Do we need to bring in a roofer? Do we need to bring in a structural engineer? Do we need to bring in a fireplace inspector, a soils engineer, a drainage expert? I am not an expert in any of those things. What life is about finding people that are experts in the things that you're not, so that you're covered. These are just a few things that I look for, and I hope that this was helpful.
Feels like family.